Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. As the member opposite may or may not know, in fact, testing strategies are determined by provinces and territories. Furthermore, the testing has to be done at the right point in time of a particular person.
Back to Ms. Gallant. Ms. Gallant.
Mr. Speaker, there have already been some tests that have been approved. My friend here and colleague, Colin Carey from the constituency of Oshawa has a constituent who has a test, it's 90% accurate, and it's being sold to the United States and other countries. Why won't they provide a DIN number to it so Canadians have access to it as well, regardless of which province or territory they live in?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I think the member is talking about two separate things. Any test kit that would be approved by Health Canada would be accessible to wherever that company chose to market that test kit. Furthermore, it's really important that test kits that are approved by Health Canada have accuracy and have been tested for its rigor in the ability to provide the people who are using that test credible and accurate information.
We'll go back to Ms. Gallant. Ms. Gallant.
Speaker, the test is proven to identify whether or not the individual has antibodies to an accuracy rate of 90%. Why won't she allow it to be used here?
Well, Minister.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and I'm happy to follow up with the member opposite's office when she is able to provide me the name of the company. As you can imagine, there are many vendors trying.
Back to Ms. Gallant. Ms. Gallant.
How long will it take for an antibody test to be approved by this government once you have the name of the company and the test and the evidence in front of you?
Before we go to the Honourable Minister, I just want to remind the Honourable members to place their questions through the chair and not directly. The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And we have an expedited process that could be as rapid as 5 to 7 days, depending on the accuracy of the test and the information supplied by the vendor.
Ms. Gallant.
Well, through you, Mr. Chair, will Health Canada use reputable data from other countries to speed their determinations about antibody effectiveness, or just continue to withhold access?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Canadians expect us at Health Canada to ensure the accuracy and the safety of all equipment approved for use in Canada.
Ms. Gallant.
So, Mr. Chairman, if the minister can approve tests and studies within 5 days, why is it taking over 30? Why is it taking over 60? Why is it taking over 90 days to approve an antibody test that exists?
Honourable Minister.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate the member opposite's interest in urgent and quick approvals. However, sometimes, depending on the company, there may be further questions and further tests that need to be run to ensure the accuracy or safety of that equipment, should she wish me to check into the process for a particular...
Ms. Gallant.
Have officials provided the government with a target for daily antibody tests to complete an initial survey or the initial phase of a study?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I assume the member opposite is talking about the work of the Immunity Task Force, which is, as you know, a group of scientists that have been funded by the Government of Canada.
We'll go back to Ms. Gallant. Ms. Gallant.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, would the Minister please provide the names of the people on that task force to which she just referred?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I will forward those names to the member opposite's office.
And I hope that will be within the next 2 days or so, and not wait until after the crisis has passed, Mr. Chairman. Why isn't the Prime Minister showing as much fervor for antibody testing as he is for getting a vaccine on the market?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I reject the premise of that question. In fact, the Prime Minister has shown fervor for all aspects of dealing with coronavirus from the very inception of the virus on the world stage, and to allege otherwise is quite disingenuous.
We'll go on to Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly.
When will the government give the Auditor General the funds that she needs to do her job?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you for the question, Mr. Speaker. First, I would like to offer my congratulations to the new